rubbed you
Well,
the wrong way the most?
well, he was bullshitting again. He's up there talking. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, come on, stop. Oh God, stop lying. Because you could just, he's lying after lie after lie. And, it's only a certain amount of lies that person can listen to, you know what I mean? Before you start going, oh, I just want, if somebody, like, if I was on the street, he's lying like that, I could just walk away and go somewhere else. But I was stuck there and had to listen to his lies, and it was just, I didn't feel like listening to it anymore.
What about when he's like, because this is just what struck me, like, I'm a gay man. So, but, when he's up there and he's saying like, if I win, I'm going to, I'm a gay man, I'm going to use this money for my community and Broadway. Like, to me, that's almost like, I mean, who knows, but that's almost like gameplay, which to me, that rubbed me the wrong way personally.
Oh yeah, it rubbed everyone the wrong way. And it's like if I got there and I'm saying, if I win, I'm going to use it to help Black Lives Matter or help this. It's the same thing. It's, come on, man, stop that full of crap stuff. You're going to use it for yourself. So stop lying, and then you're learning that he's not as rich as he says he is. And he doesn't have things. I mean, he owes everyone all this stuff. When, finding that out, just solidified what I was thinking about him,
When did it hit you, like in the house, like Lamar, like when was it clear to you, like, wait, Misha and Todrick?
It was clear to me 7 days before I left the house.
Wow.
But I had no power to stop it because I had nobody on my side to stop it. I had Lamar and Cynthia, but I needed one of them to win something.
Right.
But I truly believe at the time, if Cynthia would have won that, she wouldn't have put Todrick up. I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Now because she knows now and everything, but before that, I don't think she would have.
Wow. And is there anything, like when you look back, like when Todrick when you're giving your speech and saying, Todrick, you're the best game player, like, is there anything redeeming about your guys, like your time with Todrick? Or is it just really like you watched all this and you're like, it's just.
I watched all of it and I know to him it's just a game and he doesn't mind talking bad about people when they're gone. And I think that for me, I said that's wrong. Like, I don't want to win money or win a game and be vicious to other people. That's not how I want to be. I enjoy playing the game, but for me, I rather play it the classy way, like I did. I rather play the way that people that gets respect, not the way that you're just, you're out there, talking so bad about people, making people feel bad about themselves, And then when I found the stuff he said to Kirkpatrick about his son, and here I was believing that Kirkpatrick actually done something, but he hadn't. And that's the whole thing, finding out that all this was a lie. Like, how dare you talk about a guy's kid?
That to me also was pretty bad.
Yeah.
What about like when he's up there and he's saying like, Todd, I've learned so much, from you, like as a straight Black man, like, that's
he's so full of it. Yeah. He's trying to con to get the vote again, trying to con. And that's not going to work with me anymore because I already knew the truth. He's a great con man. And what I'm learning is he's a great con man in his life also. So that's the thing. He's a great con man in his life, And when you learn that, that's when you realize that stuff is not what you think it is. When somebody's that good of a con man, and I really believe that Misha needs to find out who he really is. Maybe she won't be so quick to be trying to protect him and help him. She realizes who he really is. The dude is a con man. He's a great con man. He tells great stories because most of the stories aren't even real. You know what I mean? Most of them aren't real. They're bull crap. So, you can make it like he was trying to tell me one time about the Nielsen ratings in television. How are you going to tell me about Nielsen ratings television? And I'm listening to him and I just, ask him, and then I'm like, this dude really thinks that he knows more about Nielsen ratings. I'm like, wow, I'm shaking my head. The guy's only 35 years old, except that be your age, and stop trying to be like older or think you've done all this experience stuff.
Right. Like what is his TV experience really?
Yeah, exactly.
When you say he's a con man in real life, what do you mean? Because there is a lot of stuff now coming out.
A lot of people. He owes like a lot of he owes like a lot of wardrobe houses. So it all makes sense now. Costume house all makes sense why he was taking the wardrobes. He wanted all the wardrobes that we had. He wants that because he may not be able to get a lot of costumes because so he can use those. So I realize that now by watching that. I realized that all that was just another game. He's trying to get these, instead of saying, hey, I need these wardrobes because hey, I can't rent a lot of them anymore, so I need these. I get that, but to sit there and make it like you have all this and you have all that, and you're sending roses and flowers to your neighbors all the time. It's like, come on, man. You know what I mean? Come on.
And like those costumes that you guys wear for the he wanted to take them and he took them.
Yeah, he wanted to take them because I know why, because he can't rent a lot of those costume houses. Makes sense to me.
Right, because he owes them money.
Yeah.
Right. And you're just saying, look, just own it, right? Like you've
Yeah,
owned
if he
stuff in
owned it,
your life. We all own
if
stuff.
he owned it, I would have been, okay with it. But the fact that he didn't own it, it's like, come on, now you're trying to be bigger than you really are, portray yourself as this giant thing and doing all these wonderful things all the time. And then, then I saw a video of him online making fun of a homeless person. Have you seen that video?
I have
That's
seen that
horrible.
video.
That's absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. There is nothing in that anybody can tell me that makes me feel like a person should not be, there's no one in this world that should make fun of somebody who's homeless or who has less than. That's terrible. That's the worst thing you could possibly do.
Right. No, that was pretty bad. I also saw today, like, I don't know if you saw this, like his ex-assistant is now coming out and saying
Yep.
that he outed him, like, as being HIV positive to the guy's mother and threatened to put something on the YouTube saying that, you sleep with a ton of men unprotected and you're HIV positive and trying to spread like all this. That's what it says.
Crazy, right? Yeah. Crazy that somebody would stoop that low to do some things like that. That's terrible. That's really bad. It's not fair. Yeah.
It is terrible. I mean, look, I don't know. I mean, now they're talking like cancellation of Todrick. Like he might be canceled from this show.
I feel bad that that's happening to him, but maybe he'll learn something from it. Maybe he will.
What about, because we saw you have certain instances in the house where you've said things like, I would go after, and I'm not coming for you. I want to I think I understand what you're saying. I just want to clarify. Like when you say like, I could go after Todrick, this was in the house, but I can't because I will be canceled, or like I could go after Cynthia.
Because Todrick is a black man and he's also gay. And I was afraid that if I say anything that, too cutting and too rippy, that I'm going to get canceled, because that's the thing. He's in the perfect situation where you can't say much to him. You have to watch what you say. And I think, in a lot of ways, it's weird, but it's also, I could say it's fair because a lot of things have happened, to our homosexual population. That's terrible, and it's not fair that they get treated the way they get treated, but I understand how they get treated because I'm a black man. Black men understand how anybody else is treated, which is not fair, but I just couldn't say a lot of things because of that. Couldn't say a lot of things. I had to be careful,
I mean, that's what I thought you meant. And I mean, that makes complete sense to me. I just didn't understand if that's what you were saying.
Yeah.
What about, we saw you get in this argument with Cynthia. I know you guys are great now. You basically said
Cynthia had kept her had kept her word, and I was okay with that. But the fact was when I was thinking about maybe voting her out, she wanted me to vote for her, but now you want me to keep my word to you, to her. I mean, to not keep my word to you other people, but keep my word to you. And I can't do that. So I think it was just a misunderstanding. And she was, I saw her talking about she's, going through menopause. Maybe she got excited, but I was trying to tell her something that was going on, but I couldn't tell her because other people were around that weren't in our clique. And I was afraid that if they heard it, they would, change their roles, start doing something. This is when I thought that I was in the Misha and Todrick clique, but come to find out I was a floater. That's what I was. So I'm finding all this out now of who they said I was, which is absolutely terrible. Misha and me had talked about it. We had made a situation together, and then all of a sudden it's all Todrick and nothing of me. And like I said, had I known that, and they're lucky I didn't because I'd known that, I would have put them both on the block, me and Carson. I'd have put one on the block when Carson would have put two of those on the block, would have got one out, and then next round I'd have put two more on the block, would have got the other one out.
Right.
They played it smart in that way, in that regard. So